everybody, it's Kelly and I have a new video for you today. That photo there is my granddaughter and I. Actually in December I spent some time with my step son and his wife and his family, so all three of the kids, in a resort town a couple of hours away from us right before Christmas. So I took this selfie of the two of us just because she was so darn cute, because of course she's cute. I think that all the time, don't I? And wanted to make this a girly page because I do so much boy scrapbooking. So the first thing I did is I took that scrap of pink paper there, which was right behind the photo. That's from Maggie Holmes Bloom, and it's a peony paper. And then I grabbed that aqua floral kind of crossed paper there with the lines in it, and that's from the Maggie Holmes Flourish collection, and that's the nostalgic paper. And I'm going to layer those two up. Of course, I will do my inking with my gray flannel Memento Drop gray flannel ink. And I'm going to put that on that background paper, which is a really cool background paper, but I haven't been able to use it. It's hard to use because, like here, I'm trying to figure out where to put it. Because, I don't know, it's hard to figure out where to position it because of the colors there, the aquas and the pinks and that kind of stuff. I don't know, the strips are hard to work with. So I came up with the idea of adding some of that white polka dot paper behind it. So the background paper, the really cool stripped background paper there, is the Maggie Holmes carousel paper in Ferris wheel, and then that polka dot paper is also Maggie Holmes carousel, but this is in kaleidoscope. And I'm using, I think, all Maggie Holmes and crepe paper pieces for this layout here, or for this layout. Maggie Holmes and crepe paper just say girls to me, and so it's kind of fun when I get to scrapbook my granddaughter because I can do that. So now I'm going to ink those edges. The other thing that happened is when I trimmed that aqua paper, I think I trimmed it a little too short from how I would have wanted it to sit. I think it sat on the wrong line for me. And really, that's an eye thing. I don't even know how to tell you how you would predict that, but I think I wanted it to really touch that bottom kind of peachy color circle plus that aqua, darker aqua, and it wasn't touching both of those, or at least not well. So that's what the polka dot paper also helped with. Plus it's just a foil, so that a color that's in the background paper isn't actually touching one of the other layers. I don't even know how to explain that, if that makes any sense to you, but that's what I'm figuring. So as I was looking through my supplies, I found this chipboard here, and this is something about it Tuesday mornings not that long ago, and the word is together, and it comes from the Chasing Dreams collection, Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams collection. It's the Collect Thickers, which are chipboard thickers. So I was thinking I wanted to use that house because we were staying in these townhouses, but that didn't work. Plus it was so large, I thought I'm not going to have any place to journal. Now, spoiler alert, I do eventually use that, and you will see that coming up in a video. If you haven't already seen it, I'm going to try to be conscious of how these go up, but I haven't recorded the voiceover for the next one where I use that townhouse thing yet. But I have used it. Anyway, so that 3x4 cut apart there is from either crepe paper or Maggie Holmes. I don't know which collection that came from. It was just something that I think I had sitting around. Now I'm also looking at sticker sheets here, and I love this black and white flower. Not adding any more color in there, and she's got black and red on, so I'm thinking that would be nice. Plus I think it goes really well with the black polka dot there as well too. Alright, so there's that piece, and at some point, guys, and I forgot where it makes this break, my camera actually shut off, so I will talk you through the rest of this layout. So if I stop talking, that's what's going on. Alright, so there we go. Now I've got that ticket there, and that came from the Carousel collection. It's a specialty paper from the Carousel collection, which is a bunch of punch-out tickets, basically. Alright, so you can see that. And I'm toying with, I want some other layers in here. So I'm thinking, I went to the Maggie Holmes flower and leaf die cuts, and I just have them kind of all pulled together in one big die cut storage box for me. So I'm experimenting a little bit with using some of these leaves because, you know, I have tons of leaves but don't use a ton of them. And I want something there. It feels like the leaves on that flower, if I turn them the other way, that flower, the aqua flower, will be upside down. So see, so I'm thinking I need leaves somewhere else, but I'm not sure what it is or another flower. So still experimenting there. And I thought about that pink, but I think that just calls too much attention to itself because the colors are blending into aqua there, not pink. I think if I had done the flowers on the right side, that would have been fine. So then I come up with the idea of just cutting these leaves off of this flower. And that's what I'm going to do. Yay! Speaking of making a die cut work for you, something so simple, and this solved the problem once it goes on. See? No problem there. There's the leaves. Now I'll play with where those leaves go a little bit. Do I want them there? Do I want them up there? And I'll get that figured out, I promise. Again, inking everything here with the gray flannel dewdrop ink. They're all Maggie Holmes crepe paper, so that works well, but I always think that her collections need inking on the edges to help them kind of pop off the background. Alright. So there we go. I've got that kind of figured out there. And still playing a little bit with where those leaves are going to go. I don't like them down there because they kind of stick out. I know it doesn't look like a natural transition. You have the two leaves sticking out. So the thing I do know here is that I want the together right on top there. So I'll go and I'll put this in, and I am going to come back when this layout is all done off camera and add some Scotch tacky glue to it. Because even though these are brand new to me, at least they were starting to fall off. Okay, so I'm pulling that up so you can see there's the ticket going on. And I think I need more of a transition there between that flower and that ticket. But that's not the transition I want. But I do like that up there. And while I'm doing this, I am thinking, what am I going to do? Because it feels like that ticket is kind of hanging out there in the air. It doesn't feel like it's anchored enough. I suppose it would have been fine, but it doesn't look okay to my eye. Okay, guys, so here is the next part of the layout coming up. Okay, everybody, so I'm back. So as I said, I ran out of storage space on my iPhone because I had forgotten to delete a couple of videos. Obviously, actually, as I'm looking at this now, I need to glue this down. Didn't think I needed to, but I do. So let me go back through the things that I've added to this. You saw most of this. So I added another one of these tickets from the Maggie Holmes Carousel specialty paper here, and it's just getting this, it felt like this just kind of sort of dropped off, so I added some more, another piece of kind of paper in there to help with that. And then I went through and I added these puffy heart stickers, so I'm going to kind of do this in the order I did it, just to get some more of this aqua in. And at that point, the only dimension, because this wasn't on here, was the title. And I thought it needed a little bit more dimension, something a little bit different, so I added that. And then as I was cleaning up, because this actually took place after I was cleaning up, I found this bow on the chipboard sheet, and this is the same sheet that Together came from. It's the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dream chipboard sheet called Collect, the American Crafts Collect. So that's where this came from, and as I'm looking at it, I probably need to drop it. There we go, just a little bit. Maybe that won't work. There we go. So what I'm trying to do here is I don't want to see too many lines underneath this. Now I'm going to have to see something. I also like this a little bit better because now it's a little bit more sideways. So sorry, I put my fingers in there as I was doing that, but that's that. And then lastly, as I was going through, Together's an okay title, but it's so, you see that a lot, right? Because we use all those titles and that kind of stuff. So I found this little phrase sticker from the Maggie Holmes carousel sticker sheet, and it's a waterfall pack, and it said Magical Moments. And I originally was going to call this like Sweet Selfie Together or something like that, but I don't have stickers in this exact color, and I wanted it to sort of blend in. I didn't want it to call too much attention, but I kind of like the way that looks. So this is the completed layout. I will put some still shots and detail shots up of this as well, but just you missed a couple of final details, especially for layering, and I think it's kind of important for layering and kind of like why I do the things I do when I layer. So there you go, guys. I am all done, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye. Oh, and hope you're well. I almost missed that part. Hope you guys are well. I'll be back soon. Bye.